Do you want to go from this to this? Today, we're learning how to do more spell damage in 5 minutes with 3 easy steps. Step 1. Gearing up. There's a few special magic items we'll want to gather up. First, let's grab the Apotheosis Staff. This allows Magicka-free casts of several elements as long as it's charged. We'll use Star of Azura for this, so we'll never run out of power. Next, let's grab the Diadem of Euphoria. In the Shivering Isles, if you go to the Halcyon Conservatory, you'll find Thadon. Do his and Sheogorath's questlines, and you'll be given a choice. Go with the House of Mania option to get this bad boy. I like this helm because it gives 40 max magicka and 20% magic resist, which we'll stack on a mundane ring to make our character incredibly tanky. For the necklace, I go with Cruelty's Heart. You can find this by going about halfway through the Dark Brotherhood questline, and with it, you'll gain 18 strength and 18 willpower. You can also go with the Spelldrinker Amulet, but I'm relying on mana regen potions anyway, so the extra strength and willpower is nice. For rings, I use the Ring of Perfection and Mundane Ring. The sheer defensive power of the Mundane Ring is very helpful for getting close with touch spells. Step 2. Increase max magicka with enchantments. So for the rest of our gear, we'll want to focus on max magicka enchantments to allow us to craft and cast more powerful spells. The best way to do this is to find a Transcendent Sigil Stone with the Fortify Magicka defensive effect. This will give you 50 magicka per remaining armor piece. You can get these by closing Oblivion gates. While it's a little cheesy, the best way to get these by far is to quick save right before closing the gate, and then check the stats on the Sigil Stone you're given after closing it. Now to demonstrate, I'm here in Dementia in the Shivering Isles, and I'm going to talk to Cutter here and get a fresh pair of endgame gear. Now that we have a new pair of gloves, we go back to the Sigil Stone we got and use it to enchant the gloves. And there we go, our character now has 50 more Maximum Magicka. All that enchanting made me tired. Let's take a quick nap before step 3. Lucian LeChance? What are you doing here?
Dear brother, I do not spread.
Sub button clicks.
I create them.
Okay, that's a random thing to say. Okay, back to the video. Step 3. Crafting the right spells. Let's start with an opener, something we can cast at the beginning of a fight to prime our next cast. I'm going with Weakness to Magic, Burden, and Soul Trap on a targeted spell. For bigger enemies, I'm crafting a Weakness Stacking spell. This will make enemies much more vulnerable to our damage spells. Make sure you put Weakness to Magic after Weakness to Element in the spell order, otherwise you won't get the stacking benefit. We can use this to stack weaknesses on larger targets, allowing us to quickly down master difficulty foes. Let's follow weakness with a damage spell. I'm going with mixed elemental damage to get the benefit of multiple weaknesses against different enemies. I'm also increasing the area to 10, which will allow us to hit several enemies and give us leeway if we don't land the spell exactly right. Notice this is both a touch spell and it applies over 15 seconds. Both of these factors increase overall damage and damage per magicka efficiency. Finally, I'll make one targeted damage spell with fire and frost effects. Let's make this have a higher magnitude and a shorter duration, so we can demonstrate the effects of a targeted nuke with a persistent effect. So for the first example, we're on Master and we found a Spider Daedra. I'm going to open with my weakness spell first. On my first damage touch cast, I'm not happy with the damage, so I switch back to weakness and try to stack it before it wears off. I'm able to get the second damage cast off in time, and this master level foe dies in 2 casts. Now let's try the staff. I begin with my opener on the Storm Atronach and quickly 2-shot it, even though it resists 1/3 of the damage. There's 4 other mobs in here though, and I hit a bunch with my 10 range AoE opener. I nearly 2-shot one of the Dremora before running out of charge, so I use Azura's Star and take out 2 more. For the last guy, I take a mana potion and finish him off with Elemental Touch while he's still affected by weakness. To show Frostfire, I have a Dremora here already weakened. I also apply Opener for the stacking weakness and land a shot. The initial damage while burdened is enough to knock him down, and the rapid damage over time finishes him off.